Good, just about afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to twitch.tv/Ice Cream Uploads. My laptop isn't on mute. No, it is. My name is Graham Day. I'm joined by the man that we call BB.
Just thought I'd unmute my mic just in case there. Hopefully, there'll be no double micage. I'm not too sure whether there will be, but if not, we can move the mic back into the middle so we can both use one like we usually do, or I just keep this muted until I'm ready to talk. I think that's probably another viable option, is it not?
Yeah, I mean, I just chat for hours anyways, so if you just mute yours, you know that's it. You can keep it on mute for about 2.5 weeks until I'm back in the room. Yeah, do let us know if there is any audio duplication. So as you can see, usually when we're at home, we have Wave 3 mics super close to our faces that are all just attuned to one voice. When we're sat in the studio, we're sat behind a desk, and we used to have one cardioid microphone that was between the two of us. This one, this is a blue Yeti. It's not the Wave 3. And obviously, I had an old Yeti that I got rid of when we got Wave 3 mics. Anyway, if you were here last week, you will have seen that we have 2 microphones now. But the downside with having 2 microphones in such close proximity that don't have all of the VSTs, so we don't have noise gates fully equipped. We don't have compressor? Suppressor? Compensator?
No, we're not playing PUBG, Graham.
All the attachments. So yeah, we don't have 2 mics fully attached out with all the PUBG attachments. So we don't have noise gates and compressors. Although we do have a compressor, but we don't have a noise gate. So we're trying to make it. If there is feedback from my voice coming through this and through this, do let us know, and then we will try muting it as we go. If not, if it sounds good, it's better us having our own microphones that we can speak into. Let me bring you in a bit closer.
Crispy.
Aye, you will like you up close. Because if you're close, then you get my voice into one microphone, you get Baby's voice into another microphone, and it's all good. It's nice. But if we have to share a mic, that's fine. That's fine. It just means that you don't get as good. You get a little bit of the background noise, yeah. So do let us know. If there is an echoing and stuff, then let me know.
Tito says, sounding good, Graham. Sounds okay, but sounds like when you get a little bit too loud so often then that it's topping out, or whatever the term is.
Peaking.
But this is interesting because that's how it must have always been, because the microphones are put back to default but just match the volume and stuff. So that is interesting.
Basically, I've got big up.
I didn't want to say anything,
nice
but
one.
no echo.
Hey.
Thank God for that.
Hey. I mean, that's the hardest bit. Sorting out the peaking is actually quite easy to do. You can do that with a decent compressor, or you can just bring down the levels of the gain and stuff like that. Easy. But getting rid of the echo, that's a little bit more difficult. So if we've done that, then we've done the harder stuff. So the easy stuff will be something that we polish off. There should be some tweaks for anyone that is here that was also here last week. So we have 2 microphones now, so the audio should be better. Studio upgrades, we're getting back up to full speed in the studio. As well as that, we now have alerts and stuff on screen. We didn't have that. We never had that in the studio before. We decided that we were recording a podcast, so any of the alerts and stuff that pop up, we'll just do the Steve Frosty, and it would interfere with the feed. And we didn't want to kind of interfere with the podcast. However, over the last 18 months, it's been nice to do it from home. And obviously, having the alerts in the setups at home just meant that you guys got a little bit of recognition for your support. So we decided that, do you know what? It's nice to do a podcast, but it's nice to do a podcast and let you guys be heard and be known within that. So we've turned the notifications back on. So if anyone does anything that triggers a notification now, hopefully is the good word there. Yeah. Should.
Well, when I looked into the back end before, there was like donations from obviously the last time I was in the office full time from 18 months ago. So hopefully, if they do come up, it'll just kick it into life. So who knows? Fingers crossed again.
We will see.
Like it says, Timeless is now hosted us, so that's come up in our feed. It's yet to come up on the screen. So I don't think it's worked.
It's also not come up in the Slobs feed either.
That's a very good point.
Which is interesting.
Why is it every time we go live?
Specials.
He knows, doesn't he, straight away?
Do you know what? Just for complete testing purposes, can someone just gift 100 subs? just for testing purposes.
I think he just... Oh, God.
Do you know what?
It's never a dull day, is it?
It's a good job you guys can't see what we could see off screen anyway. It's like Shaun of the Dead.
I know, it absolutely is, but it's not. I mean, we're in Blackpool, for fuck's sake. I mean, this is normal.
Disgraceful behaviour. I don't know what you mean.
Hey! I don't actually know if I haven't got the news up on the screen, so I'm already slacking.
It's all right. I need to go through the intro and stuff anyway. Do you want to jump back into this screen for welcome in, though? If you are new here, I'll try to not be too loud because it tops out, as Tito says. So I'll try to keep the volume nice. Let's jump back through things first, though. Tezbad says, hi, ish. Welcome in, Tezbad. Timeless says, ooh, very swish. Nice. It's actually, there's so much stuff that we haven't quite shown. For anyone that's new to the studio, this is something that we used to use all the time for every broadcast. We didn't broadcast anywhere but here. Obviously, that changed in lockdown and will remain the same. We will do a lot of home streams and stuff, particularly the weekend and evening stuff. But there you go. Vern, who's in the chat, will be able to give you some chat about how this studio is. He's been in this studio. He's schooled fools on Pez in this studio. So he knows what it's like. He knows what sort of environment we've got. We can change all the lighting. We can change the background, change the screens, and do all sorts of cool stuff. So it's nice. Robbo! Hey, thank you for the tier 1 and also letting us know that the alerts didn't work. So basically, if we can all just hurl abuse at Bibby in the chat for making you give up your hard-earned money, and I mean, I did nothing. I just sat here. So just, yeah. I mean, he's the one that tried to fix it.
I apologise for absolutely nothing.
How dare you try to fix things?
Refund.
The money's mine. Shagger. Studios are sit all this is green screened up before chat.
Funnily enough, we have actually got a green screen in the corner that we have used for our inaugural. Have I said that right?
We used it for a few things. We used it for the inaugural tournament. We used it for when we did the draws for the inaugural one and for other things as well. So we used it when Bibby was stood on a random street in London during the score against Kansas.
Yeah, you put me in different places every time. Yeah, forgot about that.
Let's go to Bibby, who's live on a street in London, and now he's live on the moon. All right,
I forgot about that.
My name's Bibby, I'm on the moon.
Yeah. Great style.
You lost. Unlucky. Anyway, where did we get to? I have lots of voices in my head, so a few more won't hurt.
Great style.
Nice. Tito says, on it, can I borrow your credit card? Of course you can, mate. It's just on the side.
Yeah, it starts with 0121 do one.
Nice. Robbo, welcome back, dude. It's been a while. Who did I see you playing with? I saw you tweet something the other day. Was it? I can't remember his name. There's a PUBG player, a PC guy, begins with A. I cannot remember his name. Anyway, I saw you playing with him. So I see you doing bits on the Twitch. Ashek, that's it, yeah, Ashek. There we go. Oh, it says it there. There you go.
But I say, yeah, I'm not a PUBG guy. I'm just pulled out the air.
GG's. I mean, Ashek, I've not
There's
really
nothing
watched.
I don't know about.
I've not watched too much of Ashek stuff, but have you seen Fast and Furious Tokyo Drift? The guy that's got like the full-on country American accent. Whenever I hear Ashek's voice, I just hear that guy. So
if Samantha's watching, then I'm gonna say yes, I have, because it'll probably appall her.
Is she not a fan of that film?
No, well, she loves all the Fast. Apart from the new one, she said the new one is shit, and they probably should make another one, and that's a big stretch for her because she like absolutely loves it. But
not seen it.
I mean, I wouldn't have wasted my time after the first one if I'm being honest. But
I fucking love the Fast and Furious films.
Nah, it's too. I mean, I play a lot of shit. I think that's kind of the thing on this. But I will not waste my time watching something that I don't particularly want to or don't get the vibe for.
I love Fast and Furious. I was full on like I want a Vauxhall Corsa with a neon ground kit, mate. Back in the day.
Yeah, but I mean, Need for Speed Underground 2, it's kind of like anything after that, I can't be arsed. Like, whether or not it's video games or TV, it doesn't get much better than that. Like, nothing, no other media involving cars will ever beat that. So,
well, it's been a long day without you, my friend. I'll tell you all about it when I hear you again. But yeah, before that, Fast and Furious films were, I mean, 1, decent, 2, 3. After that, then I didn't mind the middle bit where people started to drop off. I thought, yeah,
well, Samantha just absolutely.
Yes, Graham. Baby says it's too far fetched, but Batman. People driving cars with lights on. What is this bullshit? However, rich kid who turns into a bat and flies around the city.
Fucking dummy there. I mean, which Fast and Furious is? I know this is absolutely nothing to do with video games. We will eventually get to that. If you're watching this on YouTube, then use a little bar at the bottom. You'll be able to select the actual first news story of the day. But which is the one? I'm sure it's 5 or is it 6? I'm not sure. But there was a tank, and they were sat on the front of it, and then they get catapulted across the M1 onto the front of a windshield, but they're absolutely fine.
Yeah, that's every one of the films. It's like when they're dragging a big fuck off safe through a city.
Yeah,
and it's like, soon as you hit any form of corner, that safe's going. Just oh fuck!
No one dies on the street being hit by a safe. Like that's not in the local news, is it?
Standard.
Man get hit by safe.
Or the longest runway in the world.
Yeah.
Let's get on the planes
fair,
to take off, fly at 500 miles an hour, and you were on that for a good 15 minutes. So.
Die Hard 2, that was the same thing. That was a very, very long runway, but we're not going to talk about how bad the Die Hard films are because they're not.
No.
Apart from 4 and the new
there was
one.
only
3, wasn't there? Yeah,
it's just like Home Alone. There was only 2 Home Alone films. I mean, people keep saying they made more, but there was only 2 Home Alone films. Jumping back to chat. Robbo says that didn't work. Yeah, Bibby absolutely did you there. Sorry, mate. Hope you're good. Studios, Bad Bibby, 2 minutes in the corner says Tears bad.
Sick of it already. It's fucking insulting me.
Come on.
Did we sort out Chatbot on this last time?
I don't know. Streamlabs Chatbot, there we go.
But we need logging in, don't we?
27 updates later. Okay, well, we'll see if Chatbot needs updates. We'll see if we can run it. We didn't actually get round to that one last time.
I can do that while you're reading the first article.
Nice. Fast and Furious 25. They're all in mobility scooters with neon downlights. Yes, it's actually a neon ground kit, lad. Look at this. Got spinner rims on me.
Spinner rims like Booker T.
5 times. Oh, Baby's loading things up on the screens behind. Tyler says, hey man, if you're loaded, Scrooge... I don't know what the Scrooge McDuck and have a death wish, Batman is very, very possible. If you loaded like Scrooge McDuck and have a death wish, Batman... Okay, I get you now.
Why doesn't this go over the top of that?
Kill that bit, but yeah. Chat. Chatty always sits on top of everything. It was given priority so you can see it whatever window you're in, which is great until you don't need it to be over everything, and it's frustrating as fuck. Anyway, whilst Bibby's sorting that, let me run through the intro. If you don't know who we are, as mentioned previously, my name is Graham Day. Hey, I'm joined by the man that we call Bibby, and we are Ice Cream Uploads in true Ice Creamy fashion. This is The Scoop, the UK's #1 video game podcast. Nice. We go live on Twitch each and every single weekday, smack bang on the money at 10 a.m.-ish. It's now 11 minutes past 12-ish. 10 a.m.-ish. Each and every single weekday with the UK's #1 video game podcast. Even if we do say so ourselves, we bring you the biggest, the best, and the breaking stories from the world of video games. We will then give you our thoughts and our impressions on those stories. We want your thoughts and impressions. If you're in the chat, please do feel free to get involved. Not only do we want your thoughts and impressions on the stories, we want your thoughts and impressions on our thoughts and impressions. That's kind of important. That's what this whole show is about. It's a discussion. It's not just a live stream, though. We obviously are live on twitch.tv/Ice Cream Uploads, but the live stream is turned into a podcast, a video. Hey, baby! A video on YouTube and an audio podcast on iTunes, Spotify, SoundCloud, and Google Play. If you're listening on an audio podcast, you have no idea what's happening right now, but it's fine. It's fine. We don't know. We're in the studio. Anyway, we do turn it into a podcast, so make sure you do get involved. Please, before we jump into the stream, this is where I would usually say, can someone type !loot drop? But don't do it, because Bibby's down there. You can see his head. He's logging the chatbot in right now. Do you know I'm going to come to this screen? Hey, it's fine. You don't notice that Bibby's not there at all. Anyway, if someone could just type !loot drop in the chat. Not yet! In a minute. That will tell you about the loot drop where subscribers get prizes. Subscribers, or one subscriber, gets a prize every month. We like to give back to the people that give to us, the people that help support the channel, that keep the lights and mics on. And as you can see, we've got a lot of lights and a lot of mics. You guys keep the lights and mics on, so we have a giveaway. This month is a copy of Call of Duty Vanguard. One person who subscribes to the channel can have a copy of Call of Duty Vanguard on the platform of their choice. That's what you get. All you need to do is be a sub, be in the Discord, and have your accounts linked. Lovely. Also, not yet, because Chatbot is still dead. Bibby is...
I'm typing the wrong password.
Bibby is typing the wrong password. But also, once Chatbot is alive, !insert coin. That will give you the link through to official Insert Coin in Twitch. We stream on that channel. We are part of the Coin Army. Insert Coin make the best gaming merchandise, bar none, 100%. So if you want some merchandise, feel free to type that in when the chatbot is alive. It's not yet. We will give you our discount code, which is ICU21. You will get 20% off your first order throughout the whole of 2021. Nice. And into next year as well until the code's gone. But you want to get to use it once. So if you want to buy a few things, there are some really cool things in there. Feel free to use that. Do you know what? We don't earn on that. That's just us providing Insert Coin with a little bit of love. So if you did want to get something from Insert Coin, we wouldn't be too bothered if you used Vern20 as well, because Vern is an Insert Coin dude. So just make sure you spot Insert Coin, because they're a lovely team. We don't get paid to say this. We just get gifted stuffs. Nice. Baby, you had one job, says Tito and Timeless, who are both trying to get things working in the chat.
Chatbot should now be live.
Let me jump back, scroll back through the chat, see if I missed anyone or anything. Enix was in nice and early saying, hello, I'll read. Good day, sir. Robbo, once again, thank you for the bait. We absolutely baited you into the gifted,
just
to the sub there. Wow.
How old are the commands on that chatbot?
Oh yeah, loot drop's not going to be in it, is it?
There's going to be a lot. Right, okay, so the Streamlabs chatbot stuff, Lurk's not even going to work, because obviously we do a lot of streams, or we have done for 18 months at home. Therefore, the command list that we have internally is going to be like 18 months old, so that's something that we'll have to export when we're at home and bring in on Thursday.
Just imagine you were down on your knees in front of 3 screens trying multiple different passwords to get the chatbot working. Imagine you went through all of that and the chatbot worked to realise that chatbot had about 6 commands in that was set. Imagine.
It's what I do for you guys, though. You know what I mean?
Okay, so chatbot doesn't exist. Do you know what? You have to take our word for it. We do stream on Insert Coin, and we do give you prizes and stuff back. You'll have to just take our word for it. We'll get it working. I'll export the commands tonight when I'm back at home, and then we'll get it plugged in for tomorrow, so it'll all be ready for when we do the next studio stream on Thursday.
We are professionals, though. Let's not forget that. We are absolutely professionals.
Debatable. Where did we get to? Let's carry on going back through the chat. You don't turn your back on family, and also my back's gone. You don't turn your back on family. Goddamn rights. Candy Bear! Hey! Oh, by the way, if anyone hasn't checked out Candy Bear on Twitch, do feel free to do so, because Candy Bear not only is badass at PUBG, but she has a ridiculously good singing voice. If you've seen Hamish or Gaming Nacho or iLotus UK, any of those stream, they all have nice little drops on their channel now. So it started out with Gaming Nacho. I'm butchering Candy's voice, by the way. With his shotgun, Gaming Nacho with his shotgun. If you've seen it, it'll make sense. Anyway, Hamish has a nice little ident, and Lotus has. Do you know what? I'm going to cause ruffles here because I'm going to say some are better than the others, but Lotus is just an absolute beat. It's just really good. So if you check, next time you're in he might even be still streaming now. Go to his channel, and I think you can type *Candy in the chat, and you'll hear the little jingle that she's done for him, and it's badass. It's really good. Check it out. Hamish
why
as well.
We got a jingle?
Favoritism. I mean, I asked before Hamish.
Out of order, but we'll let it slide.
Whatever. Didn't want one anyway. Whatever.
We will let it slide.
Just heard me singing. I can do my own.
Why would we want anybody else?
Don't care, mate. But yeah, go check Candy Bear out. Vern says, chatbot, I'll catch you back up. Like leaving your homework at home, this fail. To be fair, this is like leaving your homework from last year at home.
COVID, that's an excuse for everything now, isn't it?
Yeah, everyone gets an excuse for free one. No, that sounds exactly like me.
Great style.
Thank you very much.
Someone clip that.
Yeah. Those drops are amazing. I've been singing Lotus drop while I'm on it. It's badass. Do you know when you were talking to me upstairs, and I went, just 1 second, and I put my headphone on.
Is that not every 10 minutes?
Well, this morning you were talking to me. I went, just give me 1 second, and I put my headset on. It was because that drop came on, and I listened to the words, and then I put it back off and went, go on, continue. So yeah, Lotus and Hamish asked me to make one. Nacho he just stole from a stream. I thought that was the case, because you hear like a UAZ or whatever in the back of Nacho's. Did I just stumble into the best stream on Twitch? Yes.
Obviously.
Yes.
Well,
true.
Obviously someone thinks it's worthwhile, because West has just subscribed again with a tier 1 for 13 months. 13 months, ladies and gentlemen. That is some support from the man himself.
It's unlucky for some, though. 13.
Well, not for us, because you just took us to 137 subscribers.
136 subs, 137 sub points.
Great style.
That's ridiculous as well because we and Candy
137.
Hey,
I knew he was there. Thank you very much again with the tier 1, absolute legend. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, you beautiful people. Do you know what we are like in a super high area. We don't usually have this many subs, by the way. Like we reward subs, but we don't make it the focus of the channel. And it's exhilarating to be over 100 and something. It's a little bit daunting knowing that we're going to drop back down by about 1,000 in a week or so. But it's nice that you guys are still keeping us up there. So thank you very much for dropping the subs and supporting the channel. It's much appreciated.
Well, that's obviously why we're trialing the old late night streams, weekend streams, to obviously give you guys some actual content rather than just the scoop. We're actually giving you chances to actually watch us at the weekend.
What we're also doing, or what I'm also doing, is switching us to that front cam and keep looking at that one. So
yeah, I mean, well,
hi, how are you doing? Yeah,
no, I mean that's absolutely.
Okay, now we're on this one. Hey, how you doing?
I'll just look at that one.
Fuck's sake. Yes. Anyway, thank you very much, Wes. Thank you very much, Candy Bear, for the subs. You are absolutely wonderful people. Candy has the best voice on Twitch. Gutted Twitch sings shut down. Yeah, it's because we got the studio set up, and I was literally like, let's have this, and they were like, oh shit. Cancel. So fuck. And it's probably for the greater good. The greater good. I was told they may be getting something back on Twitch where music can be played again, so maybe there will be something like Twitch Sings again. Yeah, do you know what? I wouldn't be surprised if Twitch did.
See it.
I can see them doing some sort of like, because the Twitch and Warner Brothers are talking and sorting things out. Do you know, like, Warner Brothers obviously license songs to Ubisoft for whatever. I wouldn't be surprised if they license, like, the tracks and stuff to Twitch for people to use for karaoke purposes.
It's like a proper famous name, and I did that.
Stephen!
No. You know, when you have karaoke versions of songs, and it has that, like, it's like a fairy. Like at the beginning of it, like whenever you go to play karaoke, I know what you mean.
It's like a yellow screen. With
like
a bee or whatever on it.
Yeah, like that kind of thing. Can they not just have karaoke versions of songs on Twitch rather than the actual versions?
I've seen people do that. So
surely that won't get picked up.
Then again, you can play your own music. Like if you're playing a song, you can play that on Twitch. There's nothing wrong with that. So
I just don't know what it's called. It always comes up before the song starts and like a screen wipe, like like a PowerPoint presentation.
Someone somewhere is googling that.
Absolutely,
and if you're not, why aren't you? Look, singing them songs then.
Great style.
Oh, you love to see it. I literally got a PC to sing on Twitch Sings, and they announced they were cancelling it the same week.
Fucking hell.
Nightmare.
That's yikes.
God damn it, Mr. Twitch. Honestly. No, look, see how that's where we go. Hella timing. I know, 100%. 100%. Do you know what? It's fine because you can just provide jingles for the entirety of Twitch. Although you should start charging for it just after you've done the ice cream uploads one. No, not before, because we need the money to pay for Bibby's Lambos. Just the one song, actually. Yes, you love to see it. Anyway, the reason we are here this morning, as we are every morning, well, not every morning, most mornings, is to bring you video games news. We do actually have an asset. Bibby's not seen it yet, but let me show you. I'll show Bibby. You guys will have to wait if you want to see our new stream schedule asset. Where did I put it? If you want to see our new stream schedule asset, it will be on Twitch a little bit later on today, but there it is. How good is that?
That's fucking mustard. That look at them.
Yeah.
Do you
want to see? I'll give you a sneak peek. Yeah. Oh, that's it. That's all you get.
Come on, all blurry.
I know. Oh, that's all you get. We'll tweet it a little bit later on today. We do have a stream schedule asset. We stream Monday to Friday, 10 a.m. ish with the scoop. Then Saturday we play some PUBG on Saturday morning. Sunday, Bibby will be playing Back 4 Blood. That may change going forward, obviously, because Back 4 Blood is not open-ended like a PUBG-ish kind of game. Wednesday evening, I will play PUBG. Thursday evening, Bibby will be playing FIFA. So we are bringing you evening and weekend streams. I'm looking at this camera again. Fuck! We'll bring you.
There's no light on that one, though, is there? There's a light on that one, so it attracts your attention.
Like a moth.
Yeah. I wasn't going to say anything.
So yeah, we'll be bringing you evening and weekend streams to thank you for all the support that you guys have given us over the last 18 months, let alone the last month and a half. So yeah, bringing you some additional command. And some days the commands work. Oh, not right now. The chatbot's not updated. The chatbot's still 18 months old. The Discord one still works though, although that link is probably dead because it doesn't say the
fuck tub.
The fuck tub, yeah.
Fuck
tub link.
Yeah, we'll get that sorted out.
Exclamation mark eggs. Can you say schedule?
Schedule.
It's schedule.
Samantha always takes the piss because of the way I say program. She said that's not right.
Is it program? What's wrong with program?
I don't know. I always say program and she goes, oh. I think she says program.
Program.
Yeah, I don't think that's right.
No, it's program.
I definitely don't think that's right. Someone could do exclamation mark loot drop in the chat. I think I may have just worked it out.
Oh. Let me try it.
Someone type exclamation mark loot drop.
Exclamation mark loot drop. No.
There you go.
Absolutely not manual whatsoever.
Oh, someone's put it in again. Control paste.
Just wait until Bibby's not looking, not paying attention. There we go.
There we go.
Do you know what? Next time Candy's streaming, can someone just go into her stream and ask her to what metal most drinking cans are made out of?
Aluminum.
Yeah. and do you know what? How would you classify a motorbike and a car and a lorry? What word beginning with V would you say classifies all of those?
A vehicle.
Vehicle.
A vehicle.
So yes, yeah. To be fair, it is spelled differently. True. I'll let you have that one. Crisp high five. Okay, go on.
Oh no, that was like a handshake. There we go.
There we go. Anyway, into the news. We have a bunch of stories for you today. The first one you may have seen, if you've seen on our social media channels already, is that Elden Ring has been delayed. Do you know what? I'm laughing. Elden.
Elden's Ring.
I'm actually laughing because, do you know when I asked you about why you didn't play the video on Twitch, Instagram this morning?
Yeah.
Didn't realise that I'd not recorded one.
I was thinking that.
Anyway, Elden Ring has been delayed by a month to February 2022. That is our first story of the day. Pretty difficult month for Elden Ring to be delayed into. We'll go through all of that first. Then we will follow that up with a very spicy story. Twitch had a do not ban list to keep its big time streamers from being suspended for something dumb. So some people get banned for something and nothing. Some people get banned for people just being trolls. But Twitch's biggest streamers just don't get banned.
Yeah.
Nice, fun times. That's nice and equal. That's what you like to hear. Idiot gamers, it's not, by the way. Idiot gamers send death threats to Blue Box over a game they haven't played.
Yeah.
I haven't played your game, but I want you to die.
Standard practice for Twitter and social media nowadays, isn't it?
Welcome to the internet. And then the final story is that Valve is reviewing its entire Steam catalog for new Steam Deck compatibility. Steam catalog, should I say, for new Steam Deck compatibility ratings system. Verified, playable, unsupported, or unknown will be the ratings. But the first story is Elden Ring. Is anyone in the chat interested in playing Elden Ring? I mean, it's a hashtag Bibby game. 100% Elden Ring is a Bibby game. It's not a Graham game, but he's going to be playing it. He's going to be playing it. Anyway, not until February. It's Game Frame, right? Game Frame. Yeah,
game time.
Nice. So this is written by Yin-Poole at Eurogamer. The article says Elden Ring has been delayed a month to February 2022. The hotly anticipated next game from Software. That's so difficult to say.
From Software.
Yeah, from Software. Your brain's like, it's like, nope. That's two words the same. You don't say them together. So From Software is the company, and the game is from Software. Anyway, it was due out on the 21st of January 2022 for PC, PS4, PS5. Xbox One, Xbox Series X and S, but it's now coming out on the 25th of February 2022. The reason? And this is a quote: "The depth and strategic freedom of the game exceeded initial expectations," reads a message from the official Elden Ring Twitter account. "Thank you for your trust and patience. However, alongside the delay announcement comes word a closed network test is due to run 12th to the 15th of November on console only. To get in on this demo, which makes the opening hours of the game available to play, you have to put your name down on the Elden Ring website before the 1st of November. Have you done that?
I have not.
Get it done. Elden Ring is a collaboration between Souls developer From Software, creator Hidetaka Miyazaki, and Game of Thrones author George R.R. Martin. You will be able to traverse the world on foot or on horseback, alone or online with other players. We have a video on stream for those that are watching the video services just over that way. I was trying to figure out which way it was. That way.
Oh, the alerts have worked.
Hey.
Okay.
Okay.
That's very interesting.
What the feck is happening in the chat?
Is it Nichio?
I don't know what's happening.
It is.
Nichio is gifting 10 subs.
My God. He's an absolute legend, this lad.
It's ridiculous. This is ridiculous. Well, the alerts are working on this screen, so we'll just stay on this one.
Okay.
Stay Frosty, yeah. By the way, you might be hearing Stay Frosty, yeah, echoing out over the streams. If you are, that is because Nichio is an absolute hero. He's just gifted 10 subs to the community. Laser Pen, Boggerel Bandit, Dead to D-Mac, Full Metal Matty, The Flat Spot, Mr. G, Eat My Noob Food, Bambi, Alder Slayer, and your nemesis is Neil. Enjoy the subs. Feel free to thank Nichio as well, obviously. So someone gives you something for free, feel free to thank you. Enjoy your ad-free viewing and the emotes. We also, by the way, have new emotes on the channel. You may have seen mine and Bibby's face now exists in the emotes section. You want an Ice Cream Uploads themed pog? Well, Bibby's got one of those for you. You want a nice cheeky... Hey guys, well, I've got one of those for you, and more. Feel free to check them out. You guys now have all got access to those. My nemesis, Neil. Great name. It is a fucking exceptional name. When I was reading it out, I was thinking, what a name. My nemesis is Neil. All right, yes, Neil. Isn't Marvel's Midnight Suns out in February too? Asim Tanvir, says Tito. Asim says, we've said March 2022. So no, mate. Let's go. Every stream needs a Nichio. Nichio is
absolute legend. Didn't he drop a ton yesterday on Wes's
stream?
A charity stream, like.
Although I do have a bone to pick with Wes there, because I told him he was called Nichio, and it lasted about 3 seconds, and he called him Nikio again. And then I wrote in a chat, but he's Nichio, and then he still called him Nikio.
Nikio.
Fuck's sake, Wes.
Legend Nichio, absolute shagger.
He's a good guy as well. He played PUBG with us on stream on Saturday, as did a few others. But yeah, he's played with us a few times. Yeah. So he's a good guy. Go check out if any. Actually, I'm going to say if any of the mods can just do a shout out for Nichio, but Chatbot probably won't work because that was something we set up in 18 months. So just drop his URL in.
I think he's well on his way to getting a VIP badge anyway. Put it that way.
Goddamn right.
I did see something from Asim before Nichio decided to ruin our stream by giving another 10 gifties out. Asim says, given it's a delay, I think I'll skip it until it goes down in price. Prefer to play that new Saints Row over it. Personally, February is going to be a crazy busy period now. Absolutely agree. February is a disgrace of a month.
I mean, we were talking about this off stream before it happened. So it's only a month. Hello. It's not a big deal. Thank you for dropping the link in, Candy Bear. Everyone go click on Nichio's name. That's Nichio123 in chat. Hit follow on his channel. Make sure you do it. Nichio. And another sub. Danny Day 83. The most beautiful woman in the world. Dropping the prime. Thank you very much, babe. You love to see the support. Exclamation mark sub hype. It doesn't work. All the things that we've set up as the channel's grown just aren't here. Yep. So god damn it. But thank you very much, babe. And Nichio, and do you know everyone else for all of the subs? That's ridiculous. Candy, West, Robbo, already in the stream. Do you know what we are at? And I'm not meaning this in a way to beg more subs out of you. I genuinely am not. But we were almost at, I think it was like 50 or 60 subs last month, and we needed to. There you go. Candy gets it. Rufio. That's what I'm saying it as when I say it as that. It's from Hook. It's from Hook. I think we needed like 10 more subs to get to 60, which would have unlocked us a new emote. We need 2 more subs to get to 150, which will unlock us about 4 more emotes on that. So we actually have space for plenty of emotes. If anyone has any suggestions for emotes, feel free to drop them in the chat or in the Discord. Do you know what? I might gift out some subs. I'm going to gift out some subs, I think. Candy Bear is gifting subs. Never mind. I'm not going to gift out any subs. Candy's done it. Okay.
Thank you very much.
We've started a hype train. Candy's gifted. I can't see it. What is
Blakey. Blakey 91, it says on there.
Yeah, I'm just waiting for it in the feed. It just says hype train. But Blakey, enjoy the gifted sub. Thank you very much.
Level 4 hype train. Let's go, baby.
As if we're up to level 4. That is madness.
Straight away.
That is madness.
Levels. Graham. Yes. Back into the video game situation.
Yes.
I've just checked what's actually coming out in February next year. I mean, the first quarter of next year is an absolute joke. Like, if Samantha is still here, I mean, our child is going to be born at the end of January, so it could well be the old credit card time unless we start to make some serious friends.
You'll have birth of child. then you get, do you know what? All the video games, so you have to be a single mother. Also, Valentine's Day, that's out the window. No romance.
Oh, we've got a Corrupt FM gig in between there as well. So, again, it's sort of like, I've got it here. Life is Strange Remastered, February 1st. Dying Light 2,
Let me
February
just stop
4th.
you on that bit, though. So we've got Life is Strange Remastered on February 1st. Dying Light 2, February 4th. After that, so that's the bit, like, if you were going to bring your game out in February, you bring it out then, because you get, like, a good period, about is it 10 days? 11 days. You get 11 days where you can play through Dying Light 2 and Life is Strange.
Yep.
Nice. Then after that, it loses its shit. Continue.
So then we've got Dynasty Warriors. 1 second, have we just got another sub as well? Wes giving out another sub. Jesus Christ.
Stop giving us the things!
He just caught my attention there, it's in blue on the screen. Again, Wes, thank you very much. All you guys this morning, levels, genuine levels. Dynasty Warriors 9 on February 15th. I love a Dynasty Warriors game. I haven't played one for a long time. It is. Like, last time I think I played one, I think was on with PS Vita. But before that, I played pretty much all of them that was on the PS2 or the Xbox 360 anyway. King of Fighters isn't really a big game on the February 17th. Horizon Forbidden West. Now, something tells me that's going to be quite a big game.
That's going to be the one that everyone is going to play for like a week, full on. All the Twitch streamers, you'll see lyrics and everyone else playing that for the full week. Yeah. So that week is written off.
Yep, and then Destiny 2, The Witch Queen. I think that's obviously an expansion. So people like Bacon Chin, who I'm just seeing in the chat saying, back in the studio, boys. Good morning, sir. And then probably the most Shogun Ash game I've ever seen in my life.
I've already reserved Shogun Ash for that. If I'm playing this, if I'm playing this game with anyone, it's going to be Shogun.
Absolutely. So this is the old Sifu coming out on February 22nd, and then Monarch. I haven't seen anything of that, so I don't actually know what it is. But Monarch out on February 22nd. Then obviously Elden Ring on February 25th, and on the same day, if I had the toss up between the two, Saints Row reboot obviously is out on this February 25th as well. So pretty much of a blockbuster month, if there was ever a month worth of blockbusters.
That's pretty ridiculous, though, because so we've got Life is Strange, Dying Light. I'm going to skip the ones that I'm not interested. So apologies if I'm skipping the ones that Baby is. So Life is Strange, Dying Light, Horizon Forbidden West, Destiny 2, The Witch Queen. I'm probably not going to play, but I'm interested. Sifu, Elden Ring, probably not going to play, but I'm interested because you're interested. And then Saints Row, all within 4 weeks, is madness. I was listening to, so as I was driving in, I was listening to Kind of Funny's podcast from yesterday, and they spoke about this. And they proposed that Saints Row could delay.
Yeah, the people are saying that in the chat as well.
Oh, okay. Let me jump back. I was gifting a sub. I gifted a sub, and it was to Adam 8 times 3? 8 by 3? 8x3? I don't know.
Is that 150 now?
We are now at 150 sub points. We've just unlocked a new emote. It's like, yeah. You love to see it. Thank you. Do you know what? Genuinely mean it. Thank you so much for the support. It's ridiculous. As we always say, the money goes back into the broadcast. So we'll get some new cameras. We'll get some new microphones. We'll get some new lighting. We'll get some more prizes and stuff to give away to you guys. Genuinely appreciate it. This is the side gig. We work in the video games industry. This essentially pays for itself. Ish. You guys getting involved is exceptional. So thank you very much. Appreciate it. Let me jump back a little bit. Level 4 hype train, baby. Yes. Chat is rolling so fast I can't keep up with it. Okay, where do we get to? New Horizon is out February 2, so yes, skipping Elden Ring until it goes down in price. Baby, think of the positives. You won't be sleeping when the nipper is born, so loads of time for gaming when you're not changing nappies, that is.
Yeah, I mean, the PlayStation 5 is obviously getting brought down into the front room for the month, I'd say.
I actually played almost, I want to say more games when Chloe was little than ever before, but it was probably akin to like being in uni, that sort of time thing, because Chloe just didn't sleep, so we'd take it in shifts. Danielle would go to bed and I would just have a little chest monkey. I'd sit there with Chloe on my chest and I'd be sat there, headset on, controller in my hand, playing Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare with the boys, just until like 4 o'clock in the morning, because she was, we kind of were a bit guilty, because it's like when you get a new puppy that you don't want to put down, and when you put it down it whimpers, so you pick it back up, and the best way to break that is to leave it on the floor. And it's the same thing with the little one. Put Chloe down, she'd cry, so we picked it back up, and you're supposed to kind of like be cruel to be kind, and we just didn't want to do that, plus it was exhausting, so we kind of held her for too long, so that was what it was. I spent my first 3 months of being a dad, just playing Modern Warfare. I mean,
who's a real winner there?
This child raising is so difficult, honestly. But it was good. It was good.
Massive fan of the choo-choo emotes.
Do we?
Massive fan of that.
Nice choo-choo cats. I'm gonna share it as well because I've got the same one as you. Poof! There we go. Where did we get to? Haven't you heard me talk about eggs? Says Tito. Says West to Tito. I don't think I have. Are you a fan? Are you a thing? Why is West forbidden? What's he done? I mean, what hasn't he done?
Yeah.
The Destiny expansion is going to be a beast, says Bacon Chin. Good morning, dude. What?
Fucking hell, Vern.
This is ridiculous. Do you know what? Stop giving people stuff. People do... I mean, do you know what? This is absolutely ridiculous.
You guys, I swear to God, like, this is genuinely a joke at this point, is it not?
Trying to do a podcast here. If you could stop giving us subs, that would be very much appreciated. Honestly, we turn on the alerts, ish. They only work on certain screens.
I don't understand that.
Honestly, babe.
I know, we're fucking half a job bib over here.
Easy, Tiger. Do you know what, Vern? That is ridiculous. Thank you very much for the 5 gifties. Jazina Plays, Joey McSun, Blaze, the Nicuation, and Mark Beta 1. If you have a sub and you're in the chat, do feel free to thank Vern for the generosity. That is ridiculous. Also, any new subscribers, make sure you're in the Discord. If you're not in the Discord, then you don't get entered into the loot drop. All subscribers could win prizes every month. Well, a prize every month. Make sure you're in the loot drop. Nice.
Yeah.
Magic. Hey, how's things, Mike? Let me keep going through the comments. I'm trying to catch up. Show says, I cannot wait for seafood. I knew that was what you're on about. Exactly. You know.
Don't mess about, mate.
I think Saints Row will slip. Oh, there we go. Finally caught up. Elden Ring over Saints Row every single time. Not Saints Row fan. See, I'd go the other way.
Absolutely. I mean, both of them are BB games, but Saints Row, it's a no-brainer. Like, I absolutely love Saints Row, and this new one looks better than the rest. I mean, I haven't seen any proper gameplay from it yet, but as a Saints Row fan, if it's more of the same, bang up for that.
Yeah.
Bang up for that.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not an Elden Ring style game person. I'll watch Bibby and I'll keep an open mind. I probably won't end up playing it though, but I'd be more likely to play Saints Row. I'd go the other way. Which is nice. We've got people with different opinions. That's what we like to see. Tito says, wasn't Seafood and Raw Men announced at the same time? I really want to know what's going on with Raw Men, but I'm scared to Google it.
Just make sure you put Raw Men game at the end. I mean, actually, don't do that. Don't do that.
Raw Men. No.
Don't do that. You don't know what's going to come up.
I'm going to suck at Elden Ring anyway, so can't wait. Can wait to suck at it later in the year. Exactly. Mrs. Danday dropping the GGs. Nice. Page 3 girl. Ooh, Bib. Easy, Tiger. I wouldn't blame Saints Row delaying. Not sure they would want to complete with Elden Ring. Yeah. I mean, it's not just Elden Ring though. There's like obviously all of the other games. Elden Ring, Horizon Forbidden West will push everything else in that month back as well. So yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if they push it back. Not out of a necessity of their own development stuff. I mean, it gives them a little bit more time, but just out of awareness for the release window. Because I think, I mean, one of the good talking points from the Kind of Funny podcast, which I try not to take their talking points because I don't want to just echo their sort of stuff, but they made a good point in the fact that Dying Light was really good because it came out when nothing else was out, and it kind of had like a little bit of groundswell where a journalist goes, do you know what? But Dying Light, it's pretty decent, this. Someone else comes along and goes, actually, it's a decent game, is this? And then after 3 or 4 journalists, people start going, do you know what, let's check Dying Light out. There's not all else out. And it just kind of went from there. It just took off. Proper viral sort of content.
Yeah.
Whereas Dying Light it has a little bit of time, but is that enough time for it to really try it? Because that period where Dying Light comes out, journalists will... It's 2 weeks before Horizon comes out. They're probably going to already have Horizon at that point in time playing through that game. So does Dying Light have the same level of success in that period? And if Dying Light is already one of those games that people have started playing whilst trying to fit in time for Horizon Forbidden West and things like that, and Elden Ring's coming out, does Saints Row get the look in then? And that's the thing, it's like, just assume all the PlayStation users are going to get Horizon. Not everyone is, but just assume they all are. That means they're then tossing up, like Asim says, I can wait for Elden Ring. You've got Elden Ring, Dying Light, and Saints Row in the same month. A lot of people, just financially, won't be able to get all three.
Just it's a lot of money. It's 65, 70 quid a game. especially if you're getting the next gen versions of it, which most of these will be over both versions, like over both consoles. But the best thing Saints Row did was dropping the name at the end of it, dropping the number, sorry. Like, Dying Light 2 only appeals to people who've played the first one. No one is going to pick up the second one if they've never played the first one, because that makes zero sense. I've just seen Gagad's resubscribed as well, saying, "Good afternoon, gents. Signed up for another month of disappointment in the loot drop misery." Well, you've already won once, so it can't be... It's not the worst subscription thing in the world, but nice one, Gagad. Appreciate that coming in with the tier 1. Very much appreciated. But yeah, like Dying Light 2 is only going to appeal to people who've played the first one. If Saints Row would have gone with Saints Row 4, people know and probably have played a Saints Row because it was a launch game with the Xbox 360 or thereabouts. It was before Grand Theft Auto 4 came out, so again, it had a clear path. Yeah. Saints Row 3 has been given away, and they had Get Out of Hell being given away on Epic Games Store, so someone would have played a Saints Row game along the way. However, not having Saints Row 4 at the end of it, for people who've never played it, doesn't mean that they're coming into a franchise that's already started. Like, this is a complete reboot. Them dropping the number means that it's a fresh game, it's a fresh canvas to tell a completely different story. It wouldn't surprise me if we still had some characters in Saints Row, this reboot, that was in the previous ones, but in terms of a storytelling setting, we don't know much about it, but it's kind of giving itself a chance. But Elden Ring has been the most hyped game for the last 2 years.
I mean, it's got so much going for it. Even even someone that's not interested in that game, like me, knows that it's Souls devs, so therefore it's going to be good quality. But wrapping all that up with George R.R. Martin, the guy that wrote Game of Thrones, has made a game. It's like,
yeah.
So yeah, Saints Row slipping is rebranding it and starting again is good, but I think if you've at that point, I would hate to think that they're going, okay, yep, we'll stay in the release window, because like, wasn't it just? I don't know if it was just yesterday or if it was I only saw it yesterday. Also, by the way, I've just seen West's message. West mentioned that Bibby. Someone else mentioned it in the chat that Bibby sounds super crisp, whereas mine's a little bit like distorted. We can't fix that during the stream, but thank you very much for the feedback. We will look into what that is. It's just my voice. That's just the way I sound. Sorry, mate. What I was saying was that I saw something in the Marvel schedule. Like, there was delays to the Marvel/Disney schedule, and it was whatever the first film has been moved back to June the 8th. And then there was another Marvel film that was on June the 8th that's been pushed back to like July the 27th. And then the July the 27th was pushed back to whatever. So Marvel is fully aware that when something is on the toes of something else, it has a massive impact. And that's obviously for their own films and their own brands. But if Saints Row at this point know that other games have delayed, Saints Row has not had a single delay, I wouldn't be surprised if Saints Row then just suddenly go, actually, do you know what? We can delay a little bit. We've not had any delays. Everything else has been delayed and coming into our window. Let's just move into our own window. I would like to see, if I was in their teams, I would like that decision to be made. Yeah. That just, you know what, we'll push it back a little bit.
Yeah, yeah. Well, for people like ourselves that work in video game marketing and know the world and the challenge that comes with releasing new video games, I imagine their marketing teams, their social media teams will be looking at their KPIs going, okay, if it comes out in that month, we're probably going to get a massive, we probably will still have the fanfare that it deserves, but not as big as they potentially could be. Like, their analytics won't be as big because people won't be talking about it because they might not have been able to afford it. There's a toss-up between both of them.
You tend to get, you'll get different conversations. Like, some of the people that are, sales-focused and so on will be like, okay, let's just move to a better window where we don't have much competition. Whereas some of the people that are in the more the logistical side of things will be like, yeah, but we've already agreed sales stuff with retail stuff at this date. So you then have to figure out how best to do it. So it's not always straightforward enough to just say move it. But I would like to think that obviously everything else around it has moved by a month. It's just move yourself a month. Just
give yourself a bit of breathing room. And the thing is, the damned if they do, damned if they don't, because as much as people are going to be looking forward to playing these games, any normal consumer will be looking at their bank account going, this is ridiculous. You can't afford all of this. But any level-headed person will be going, actually, I can't afford all of this. So why wouldn't you? If one of these delays by a month or delays by 3 weeks or something like that, that's not the end of the world. That's smart, because then it gives you the chance to be able to buy one month, one the next month. But you will get people that will be trying to use this as a stick to beat them if they do, in fact, delay this by 3 or 4 weeks.
I mean, I'd like to see them do that. Asim's there you go. Oh, I know these conversations too well.
Yeah.
I knew you did. As I was writing that, I knew that would stick out for you. Anyway, let me jump back through the comments. Danny Day using the new emotes. West using the new emotes as well. And Show as well. Some pogs, some Steam's goods. You love to see it. Thank you very much once again, Vern. Vern says, just want to share the love.
Legend. Thank you so
Absolutely,
much,
I
mate.
appreciate it. If you haven't, we can't do a shout out thing. If anyone just wants to drop in Vern's URL, do go check out Vern. He does play. Do you know what? I was gonna stick the boot in, but I did that last week. So he does play football games and carries Bibby. Is the gist of what I was going to say. Are you playing with Vern on Thursday?
Well, we'll find out, won't we? Because I'll be streaming it. And then everyone else can see the world. The world can see how good Bibby is at left wing. Do you know what I mean?
So if you want to see Bibby absolutely rocking left wing and being carried by Vern, then feel free to check out twitch.tv/the Vernimator, or you can watch us live, or both. Let's do a bit of both. But if you are going to watch both, make sure you have both tabs open, because obviously the multi streams and multi twitches are good, but they don't actually count as views, a lot of them. So just saying. Anyway. Scrolling back through the comments, then. Yep, Dying Light was January, I believe. It was, and it came in that Christmas lull. I did see another comment from Bacon Chin. Where was it? It was like something about February. I don't know if it's still there. Isn't it crazy that February was a bad time for games until the original Horizon release? Then I mean, it's kind of that whole period, February, March. So many. I want to say it could be March, but it could have been February. But like that was the same sort of period where like Metal Gear Rising: Revengeance and Castlevania: Lords of Shadows released games that obviously I mentioned those because they're games that we've worked on, and it's amazing how much success games released in that window can have, or used to be able to, because there was nothing there. That doesn't really happen. And I don't know whether that's just a COVID world thing or if that's just video games in general. COVID's just seeing everything shunted back. And it's a case of people play games all the year.
Yeah.
Developers and stuff used to just aim for when they could sell games.
Avoid Christmas.
Yeah.
Unless you Call of Duty.
And unless you know you can own the Christmas window, then you go for Christmas. If not,
Smart.
you hit those other sort of sales windows. You avoid summer, like early summer, like spring, summer, because everyone's getting ready to go on holiday then. They're not gonna buy. Whereas people realise that games are all the time now. It's evergreen. So you can release a game in January or February or March or April or May, June, July. Pick a month. You can release a game wherever. It's weird that we're still having these bunches though, where it's like a million games in February, and in March it's just like John Travolta gif.
Yeah, well, there's always that thing of, I know this is completely different media, but when it comes to films, when it comes to Oscar season, the run up to that within the 2 months before the Oscar period comes out, and they do the Oscars, they will release all of these Oscar nominated films so that it's fresh in people's minds. No one's releasing, say the Oscars is in May, no one's releasing it the month after the Oscars.
nice bit of June.
Yeah, so you'll have people have to stew on that for 11 months. Like, that's the Christmas period in video games. If you've got a holiday launch, then you've got all of this competition that's around you. But having it in February is quite smart, because it might be 2 paydays after Christmas. You've got half a chance then of being able to flog this game. So yeah, having big games, at least 2 a month, is viable. Not when there's 6 there. Do you know what I mean? That's ridiculous. It's such a wide spread as well. Madge of the Mike variety, not Madge of the Magic Man variety, by the way, says there's about 2,000 in the loot drop these days. Do you know? It's nice. Keep it coming. Do you know? We might have to think about like adding extra prizes one day. You never know. We're not at that point yet, though. The King of Fighters 15 is out next year too. I mean, that's the point, though. It's like you've got Horizon, which I've said is an everyone game. I know it's not, but that's me generalising. It's such a big selling game for PlayStation. It kind of goes across. You might be a fighting game player. You might be a battle royale player. You might be a first-person shooter player. You might be a whatever. But Horizon will appeal to a lot of people across genres. But then you'll get games that have some appeal, like Elden Ring, like Saints Row, like King of Fighters, that are very different. So if you got people from different genres already buying Horizon in that window, they might even not buy their own genre game. But if they are going to buy a game, then it's okay. Well, I've bought Horizon and I bought King of Fighters. I was kind of interested in Saints Row, but I've bought 2 games, so I'm not going to buy one. So it kind of would help everyone if one just buggered off out of that window and went. Well, everyone's backlog's just going to get bigger now, isn't it? I'm still trying to clear mine down before Baby Boy Bibby arrives, and it's not getting any closer to being completed.
Bibby. Looking forward to the Jeff Keighley unannounced February event. I bet it will happen where he puts his name to everything. Yep, he writes the theme tune, sings the theme tune, directs the game, stars in the game, makes the merchandise. Do you know what? I increasingly sound bitter and more bitter towards Jeff Keighley. I always had, I absolutely adore what he's done for the industry, but I've always had a little bit of resentment having to man Konami socials, where he very, very much so, and intentionally, set the world on Konami's channels, and obviously our team having to deal with that on a Monday morning after the Game Awards, like him going, do you know what Hideo Kojima? He knew what he was doing. He was creating a media storm, but people have to feel the brunt of that. So I didn't like the way that he did that consistently every time he had a broadcast. But then adding to that the fact that he was just one voice to rule them all, it was just like there's more voices in the industry. Anyway, hopefully.
Well, there's obviously other industry voices that have kind of voiced that as well. I'm not going to mention any names. But yeah, there are a lot of people, not in terms of defending Konami or anything like that, but other industry presenters that feel like it's just becoming a bit overwhelming.
Just get fucking Austin Creed and everything. It's fine.
I agree with that.
Where did we get to? May and June are empty months next year thus far. It's summer. You don't put a game out in May because everyone's saving for their holiday. You don't put a game out in June because everyone's on holiday. That literally was the thinking of it. It sounds daft, but that is the way that the industry worked, because video games were after real life. You did your real life stuff. You'd watch a film because that's real life. Video games are just stupid things that the kids do in the basements and stuff. Video games now are not like that, but you can still see elements of that hangover. Obviously, it partially links to purchasing as well, because whilst that was a thought process, it was also a financial consideration. So, yeah, anyway, be back in a bit. Asthma is getting a bit bad. Go chill out, dude. Thank you very much, Timeless. Make sure you're okay.
That's one,
Get some water. Get a brown paper bag or whatever it was. That's what my nana used to have to do when I said my nana. My family was like all asthmatics, so yeah, they all breathing into a bag. Anyway, you know what you're doing more than I do, so go take care of yourself, dude. Feed the bib and he will score, says the Vern. That Feb and March period is busy, usually because it's before end of the fiscal financial year. Boost earnings and keep the shareholders happy. Exactly. Hashtag industry insight, Mr. T. Okay, after that, guys, got a lecture soon. Good day. Thank you very much for dropping in, Madge. Good to see you, dude. Should change his name to Jeff Kojima because the way he favourites him all the time. He might as well be his family or something. Exactly. But that's not a bad thing. I like to see that level of passion for something. It's just when one person has such a controlling voice and has that level of passion over multiple events, it becomes very what's the word? One-dimensional.
Yeah, you're going to turn people off of what you're going to be saying if it's the same thing.
And it's like, oh, look at all of the stage just being given to one person and one game. And it's like, how many times have we seen Death Stranding and now the director's cut leading stuff? And it's like, there is other games out there that could be given your attention. Yeah. But there you go. There you go. Anyway, that's enough of that. We've been on for a long old time. We've only gone through one story because we've had about 1,000 gifted subs. We've unlocked a new sub emote today, if anyone's just dropped in, by the way. But that was the first story. We were talking about the fact that Elden Ring has been delayed. It's not coming out until February. It's due in January. It's now not coming out until February next year. The next story, though, is probably a little bit more spicier. It has the potential to be, anyway. This is written by Andy Chalk at PC Gamer. It says, Twitch had a do not ban list to keep big streamers from being suspended for something dumb. A list of protected streamers was discovered in the massive Twitch leak that occurred earlier this month. One of the more interesting things to slip out of the recent Twitch mega leak is the existence of a so-called no-ban list. Essentially, a list of notable streamers whose accounts should not be suspended or banned for violating the rules that apply to everybody else. Let me just add that bit in there. But according to a Washington Post report and a closer examination of the list, it's not a blanket exemption from the rules for the most popular and profitable personalities on the platform, but rather a kind of pre-moderation system aimed at keeping high-profile streamers from being given the boot for minor violations or misunderstandings. Quote, it was a way to quickly put a banner up to the admins on duty so they wouldn't just blindly ban another admin or prominent staff member for something dumb. a former Twitch admin told the site. The list is way out of date. It's about 5 years old, according to multiple sources, and was meant to be used alongside an internal tool called Better Desk, which is no longer in use at Twitch. The list's age reflects how much Twitch has changed in 5 years. It protected Nick28T, Audius Official, and Age Prime SP from being banned for streaming non-gaming content. Twitch didn't allow non-gaming streams until late 2015 when it launched Creative with a gloriously wholesome Bob Ross marathon. Twitch IRL didn't follow until a year later. The do not ban list was more like a do not ban this channel for X list, another former employee told the Washington Post. It was basically a way to add a red notification on reports against the channel to make the admins working on reports aware that there are some agreements in place or that the channel is allowed to do certain things. Often it was used to allow what we call IRL streams. Some streamers in the list do not appear to have a certain level of protection from broadly bad behaviour. Complaints about notoriously toxic streamers RHIANNON and LolTyler1, for instance, were to be elevated to specific moderators rather than immediately acted on. Other entries in the list are clearly aimed at avoiding erroneous action based on more specific circumstances. The Geek and Sundry channel was not to be suspended for non-gaming in-gaming talk shows. Again, this list existed before Twitch became the relatively wide-open streaming platform that it is today. And DJ Wheat, Twitch moderator Marcus DJ Wheat Graham, has an underage marker because he'd often bring his child on streams and be reported for streaming with someone underage. The all-powerful do not ban for literally any reason belongs to Emmett Sarbandia-Shir, the co-founder and CEO of Twitch. My favourite of the bunch, though, has to be the inappropriate username flag on JobRunal327's account. I can only guess it's due to the certain four-letter string in the midst of their Twitch handle. Amazing. A Twitch spokesperson confirmed that the list is old and no longer in use. In fact, the whole moderation system it was built around doesn't exist anymore. Reviews of complaints about Twitch partners used to be elevated to a separate partner conduct team, but in 2019 the system was changed so that conduct complaints about all streamers are handled by Twitch's trust and safety operations. The goal of the change was to ensure more consistent and standardized moderation for all streamers on the platform. Some Twitch moderation issues remain mysterious, such as the 2020 ban of its most popular streamers, Dr. Disrespect, sorry, which Twitch still hasn't publicly stated the reason for. That and other high-profile bans do seem to indicate that, at least in some cases, the company is willing to drop popular figures. Others seem to escape long-term consequences despite repeated offences, though. Caitlin Amaranth Siragusa, one of the top-earning streamers on Twitch, recently returned to the platform after her 5th suspension in 2 years. Okay, maybe not quite as spicy given the age of the list, but still kind of a little bit frustrating when you hear some of the conversations that happen in and around Twitch. There are basically some streamers that are untouchable, or there was some streamers that are untouchable. Certain circumstances, we were having a conversation this morning where you mentioned like certain streamers getting that level of immunity. If you're someone like Sweet Anita, who has Tourette's and will say things that she doesn't mean uncontrollably, okay, that's fair enough. Someone like RHIANNON, who is notoriously toxic, just gets a free pass because, he's big, but he's big because he's toxic. So? Yeah. He gets away with being a dick because he's known for being a dick? What? Anyway, Big, what are your thoughts?
Exactly the same as what I was literally going to say. Pretty much word for word as what Tito says. While the list might be out of date, it's logical to assume that such a list still exists, albeit a bit more up to date. I absolutely agree with that. I think, fair enough, this list is like 4 or 5 years old, and some of the streamers on this may not even be streaming anymore. But at the time, it was their biggest streamers. They were the biggest streamers on the platform, and Fern says it there, you can't ban profits, and that's exactly what they would have been at the time. So the list of streamers nowadays, that people like Timmy Tenders has moved over to YouTube. That would have been a massive loss for Twitch at the time, and obviously a massive gain for YouTube, because people who loved Timmy and only went to the platform to watch Timmy has now moved over to YouTube to go and watch their content. There still will be a list. Let's be honest. Like you mentioned there about Sweet Anita, she literally cannot control the things that come out of her mouth. So does that mean that she shouldn't be able to stream at all? Because it's a disability.
Yeah, it's, if anything, it's discrimination against people with a disability by silencing her voice because you don't agree with the symptoms. That's like saying, if you can't walk up steps, then get the fuck out. I'm not building you a ramp. Whatever.
Right. So that there will be a list that exists for that reason, and there's nothing wrong with having a list like that, but only if it's for uncontrollable things, not because you're a toxic person and your channel is built off of the back of that. That makes no sense to keep those people around just for the sake of people donating.
They get a lot of views and a lot of subscribers, though.
Well, I mean, yeah, if you're putting the profits over that, then that's fine.
You not consider the fact that they are very valuable.
Yeah, sorry, I forgot about that.
I mean, are you really toxic and a nasty person? If you're really toxic and nasty but make a lot of money,
yeah. So let's be honest. This is just a list that has expired, and they've managed to file a newer version of it away, and it didn't get leaked. There will be a list, and there should be reasons as to why people aren't getting banned. If it's something that is a disability that, again, like Tourette's, you can't control the things that come out of your mouth. You think something, or you might not even necessarily think about it. It's just tics. It's just tics that happen. You can't control that. That should be on a no ban list. Like, unless she physically hurts someone on her stream or commits an act of violence, anything that comes out of her mouth verbally, that's it. You can't really do much about that. But I've just seen Jordan, and it says, "Is it me or is this page mega yellow?" Yes, it is. I use Flux on my PC so that it doesn't hurt my eyes. So yeah, you are getting a mirror version of my PC or my laptop. So yeah, it is.
So there you go.
Using Flux.
There you go.
Look after your eyes, people.
Let me just jump back through the comments. Work have impeccable timing for calls, says Nietzsche. Literally get into your stream and the bastard phone rings. Do you know what?
We hear that.
You probably can't hear us, but hey. David says, and Nana, you learn not to be close when she had a coughing fit. I can't remember what that was about, but I remember that situation. We're all equal, but some are more equal than others. Whilst the list might be out of date, it's logical to assume that such a list still exists, albeit more up to date, as Tito's already mentioned. Timeless says every single business have untouchable people in them. Unfortunately, it's life. Twitch is a business and protects assets, which I get. I understand. Like, there's some sensible stuff in there. If the CEO of Twitch has a Twitch channel, do not ban under any circumstances. You have to feel that. I know that there's the potential that it can cock up, but you have to feel that if anyone's going to get targeted with spurious reports, it's going to be him. Mm-hmm. If anyone's going to be streaming on Twitch and not breaking rules, it's probably going to be him. Not definitively. He could say something that's whatever. You know, people make mistakes. People aren't perfect, so he probably could cock up. But if anyone's going to get targeted with, oh, he said this, oh, he's done that, oh, he wasn't playing games, oh, I saw his kid in the background, obviously going back 5 years, he's going to get a shitload of reports. And some new starter might go, oh, he has, yeah, ban. Imagine the storylines when the head of Twitch gets banned from Twitch. So that's a PR reasons and whatever. You understand stuff like that. Sweet Anita getting a do not ban sort of thing for language unless it's premeditated. That's the difference is it there. Okay. Yeah, that's fine. I understand that sort of stuff. But people just getting exclusions based off of profitability, and that's the issue. And that's still an issue today. There's conversations about the lack of consistency. Twitch is better at it now. Definitely is better at it now. And Twitch staff would probably say they have a lot of work to do to make it perfect. It's not perfect now, but they have being called out over the last few years many times from people getting banned from things that are kind of hearsay, someone versus someone else, whereas someone who does something that's really offensive just gets a free pass.
Yeah. Who was it that launched the cat across the room?
Oh, that was, I can't remember her name, but she just kind of like threw it over her
head
kind of thing.
Well, stuff like that's there's no amount of do not ban lists that will not contain like that.
Cruelty, but she's profitable, so
like that kind of stuff needs to be gone. But Tito says there, I have an issue which Twitch has become an area for dubious content by measure it would allow your kids to watch it. If the answer is no, then have an age control on it. I agree with that, but Twitch can't become something that is 18 plus for. So I mean, it absolutely can. I think we've got a disclaimer on this for mature.
No, we don't have a disclaimer on ours. I think we did at one point, but the majority of our content doesn't, because the majority of our content isn't 18 plus as such. But then again, it's just as with anything, we aren't aiming to be offensive, but we aren't scared of using swear words. And things like that.
Nowadays it's awful to say, but it's not. Swearing nowadays has kind of lost its, unless you're dropping C-bombs left, right, and centre, it's kind of lost its edge. Yes.
Chewing gum.
Yes.
Chimney.
Yep. All those.
But anyway,
all of those things. So it's kind of lost its edge. Because
Alinity, that's the one. Wasn't it Alinity through the guy? It was Alinity.
Yeah.
But wasn't there a big outcry because like she didn't get banned for a good while, but then eventually she did, but only after a PR shitstorm kind of. It was something like that.
So those kind of things get them off the platform kind of thing, because clearly if they can do that in front of a camera with thousands of people watching, no problems in doing it away from the camera. So there's obviously a massive problem there. But I mean, it's like the Twitch fart meta and stuff like that. That's bizarre. I think that would become under dubious content that you would probably find on a different website.
That meta for fucking months. If you watch our introduction, yeah, there you go.
Well, there you go. Yeah, I mean that's just what it is. But having that content, would you want to eliminate that from the platform altogether? I mean, you're probably best suited on a different platform, but it's not really harming anyone. Yeah. People would see it as ASMR in some respects. Like,
if people want to watch that stuff, then
more power to them, kind of thing.
As long as it's nothing that's offensive or exploitative or anything like that, then yeah. I wouldn't watch someone in a hot tub. I wouldn't watch it. It'd be boring as fuck.
Yeah.
I wouldn't watch someone doing ASMR because it's creepy as fuck.
I had to show some man for that, but she didn't understand it.
What, ASMR?
Yeah, she was like, "What is it?" And I was like, "Just imagine having a microphone and someone rubbing the microphone."
I mean, I get the idea. Like I said, Luke. We had this conversation a while ago. Luke and Bridie. This is how long it was because Bridie's not been part of the team for forever. But Luke and Bridie were talking about it, and I don't know if it might have been Luke that was creeped out, but Bridie was open to the idea, or vice versa. And I get it that, like, if you've got your eyes closed and you've got a full 3D headset on, you've got surround sound, and it can be quite peaceful, just in the same way that lying down at night and listening to the rain can just set people away. I get it. It's just someone going.
Yeah.
It's like,
I love the sound of rain when I'm going to sleep.
Don't like the sound of someone eating a Big Mac, though.
No, not at all. Not at all. Tito says, but kids can watch Amarath. That's my issue. I mean, yeah, that is an issue. But Twitch had done their due diligence. If she would have had the mature warning that is on the child. Then they've created that account with probably a fake birthday. That's not Twitch's problem. That is a parenting / child problem.
Yeah, there's all that's a kind of a different like societal angle there as to like if Twitch have taken steps to prevent it and they've still gone through it, then Twitch have done the due diligence. Is that on Twitch? And then that's when you get to the realms of censorship versus classification kind of thing. Because
I mean, if you go onto Twitch now, there is a place like cards and casinos where you're watching people gamble. Should that ideally be gone as well then? Because you'd have to be 18 to be able to go and gamble. You can't even put a football accumulator on until you're 18. So,
and even that's like you can watch people smoking weed on Twitch if they're in a place that it's legal. So if someone's in California, they can just roll up a big fat doobie and rip it on stream.
Absolutely,
we did it. We'd get arrested because it's illegal here. But it's kind of one of those things as to if she's got the 18 filter, which she probably doesn't, because you don't have to have that on your content. Then that's multiple levels of jumping through to get to that point. I mean, we had a 6-year-old in Wesley stream yesterday, and I had to remind him that they should be over 13 to be on Twitch in the first place.
Yeah, that's not Wes's fault then, is it?
There's rules with that, though. I think they can be underage as long as they have someone with them. I don't think you have to be on the stream. I think you have to be in the room or something like that.
Well, would you hold Wes responsible for that? If you can't have it one way and then because you know the person have it the other. Like if you're saying Amarath has to have a filter to stop kids from coming over, then surely Wes is the problem as well there. Even though it's absolutely not his problem at all. The person going into his stream is the problem.
Was playing FIFA, which a lot of people would say is gambling as well. So
it's the whole like no one should be held responsible for the things that they stream if it's legal.
I mean, I've played PUBG on stream with Chloe, and that's how I knew about the accompaniment. Like it's basically parental guidance.
Yeah.
It's actually not illegal for kids to play 18 video games. It's just illegal for them to buy them.
Yeah.
So if a kid's playing a video game with the parents, that's actually not illegal, which is something I didn't know until I found out about playing PUBG with Chloe and Fortnite and stuff with Chloe on stream. Is you can stream with kids that are under 13 as long as you're with them, because if they're left alone, or if they, I mean, I didn't give Chloe access to the chat, not that our community is like that, but a lot of communities can be like, so yeah, anyway, that's a whole other tangent. Let me jump back through the comments. Where do we get to?
I have an issue that Twitch had become an area for dubious content. My measure is, would you allow your kids to watch it? And by that, I don't mean Sweet Anita. I mean Amaranth. No, it's a legitimate statement. It's just a matter of, like we've said already, should Twitch be policing that? Like, I would probably say, if Chloe was looking at, if she was watching Twitch, I'd probably say, okay, don't go for whatever. I don't like this stuff. I don't like that stuff. But I know that she's quite mature enough to understand herself anyway. So you kind of need to know those bits yourself.
Yeah.
How mature is your child? How much support and guidance does your child need? What is the likelihood that they're going to get access to content that you don't want them to? And then that's where you would step in with that sort of guidance, ideally. Where do we get to?
I mean, I'll have all this to come soon, so
enjoy.
But Chloe has been. She was born in a digital world, like I wasn't. You wasn't. So
I'm 18, mate.
We've learned this as we've gone along. Like, we've grown up with this kind of stuff, but now he has access to everything. Like my 5-year-old nephew, give him a tablet and he'll work YouTube like that. Like, find his way around whatever he wants to find, whether or not it's pack openings, not FIFA ones, but like Pokemon cards or whatever. Like, it's
gambling.
Gambling, yeah. I'm enforcing child gambling.
Honestly.
Don't clip that out of context.
Where did we get to? Nietzsche says there's a whole section on slot machines. I've frequented it many a time.
Yeah.
That's what she said, by the way. Gambling, online and digital gambling and stuff is illegal in large parts of America as well. Mm-hmm. So, like, there's sections of that.
Belgium? Would that stream work in the likes of Belgium then?
I'm not entirely sure. I think it works. I just think you can't stream it if you're in Belgium. So obviously, we work in video game content, streaming content, and we work with all sorts of partners, and we've looked at stuff for poker in the past, and content creators that we would have considered to be, this is a good gaming crossover. And then, obviously, as soon as we find out they're based in America, it's like, okay, well, that's gone because they can't stream that within certain states. I think there's only, like, I don't know if Vegas is one or whatever, but yeah. If a kid comes into my shop and wants to buy GTA, I can't sell it to them. If their parents with them and hands me the game, I can't legally not sell it as they're the child's guardian. Will, however, point out to the parent what the game's like and that it's an age restricted product, which is
you're doing your due diligence.
Yeah, exactly. A lot of parents will still buy that and give that to the kid, which I don't necessarily disagree with. I think it's not something. I think age restrictions are there for a reason, and I feel that you can take it on a case by case. And a case is the game or the child. GTA is not necessarily a game that I would give to a kid. I mean, GTA Online with rockets and stupidness, but pulling up in an alleyway with a prostitute and stuff like that, maybe not. So you have to use the common sense that goes with that. A lot of games have age ratings for reasons. Some games have age ratings because of arbitrary film classifications and video game classification stuff. But anyway, that's a whole different story.
I did not know what Nietzsche just put there. I did not know that was the case because I know of people in the UK that have streamed gambling stuff on Twitch.
You also can't stream online gambling to Twitch. As in, like, if you were playing, say if you went to pokerstars.com, you can't stream. Could you not do that?
I didn't know that. I thought because I know of people. Obviously, I'm not gonna rat them out, but I know of people who have streamed them playing slots or playing video blackjack or video poker. Because, I mean, I'm not going to mention any names. I was about to make a big glaringly obvious one then, but that's bizarre.
What, the Vernimator?
But the Vernimator, I mean, he's gambling 5 subs on this channel. I mean, he was a real mug.
Honestly, he lost it all. To be fair, he didn't lose it all. He got shoutouts, so winner, chicken.
Dead right.
But he's not really. Don't ban him. Don't ban him. He's on Twitch's cannot ban list anyway, so it's fine. Down to the parent. They know their kid better than me, and if they feel they can handle the content, I make that call. If it was my kid personally, they would be playing games that are their age. They wouldn't be playing games that aren't their age group. That makes sense. That does make sense. And there's like I say, a lot of games. Like for me, PUBG is not really much different from Fortnite, and the difference is the fact that you kill a person on PUBG, and that's the reason why PUBG has a 15 rating, I think it is. Plus, there's blood. Fortnite doesn't have blood, and you don't see a dead body. They turn into a disappear, and then the loot's on the floor. That's the reason why PUBG has a age rating that Fortnite doesn't. And that for me is
I can tell that that's not a trigger for Chloe, so
Yeah.
I don't mind that. But yeah, I wouldn't want to play in GTA because I wouldn't want to play through the GTA storyline or the people that she'd meet in GTA Online, that kind of thing. So PUBG is 16 plus in the UK. Yeah, exactly. So 16 plus, but yet she streamed it with me because I've made the call that I feel that in that situation it was okay. But like you said, down to the parent, each person knows their kid. Some kids wouldn't like the any factor of gore. If it's a little bit of a blood splat, it's too much for some kids, which is perfectly fine. You need to know whether to make the call, kind of thing.
My mum would have absolutely shit a brick if she found out I was playing the likes of Thrill Kill. Like, she would have hit the roof. But I mean, that wasn't, he got banned over it. He didn't even get released.
I remember Thrill Kill's been banned and then getting it from a dodgy mate. You know, dodgy 50p copy, nice. And thinking, why?
Yeah, bit tame this.
Yeah, but that's the thing though. You're like, whoa, and then you play it. It's like, oh,
Was it a rip off of Wu-Tang? It was the same game as Wu-Tang, wasn't it?
I can't remember. I don't remember what it looked like.
It wasn't Shaolin Monks.
It was just. I expected it to be like Texas Chainsaw Massacre when you watch that film, and you're like, it's like, really? Someone got hit with a hammer and wobbled a bit on the floor, which was probably scary in the 70s, but yeah, didn't fact me. Blood, violence, and the use of guns that exist in real life. Yeah, and it's the licensing is attacking an anthropomorphic shape as well. If you're killing a humanoid, that's one of the things, because that is teaching kids to attack other human things. If you're killing things that don't look like humans, and if there's no blood and they don't die or they just evaporate, then that changes ratings. So a rating could be based entirely on that. For me, a lot of the intent is in the action, not necessarily the shape of the things. Anyway, that's very deep. That's very deep. So let's move off that one. I was more about active gambling, such as playing slots, roulette, etc. It didn't word it well. As in, like, within. Okay. So if you're doing roulette on an online site, you can't stream that? I didn't know that. Do you know, actually, just looking at things now.
Shall we leave the other two for tomorrow?
I think we should do. I think we should do, because we're about an hour and a half-ish into the stream. Obviously,
take 10 minutes for the intro.
Yeah, so we're about an hour and 20 minutes into the show, and that's largely down to the fact that you guys are fecking ridiculous. I don't even know if we shouted this one out or if you got the audio coming through, so let me read it out. Gagad, with his 14-month subscription. Good afternoon, gents. Signed up for another month of disappointing loot drop misery. This is funny, that, because Gagad's won the loot drop.
And that's what I mentioned before. Yeah, like I mean, it's rich coming from someone who's already won it. I mean, Pirate would have had a leg to stand on had he would have been the longest serving member that hadn't have won it at that point.
Exactly. I mean, scrolling through the chat, Vern's been in and around Ice Cream uploads for ages, dropping subs today. He's never won it. Enix, I don't think Enix has ever won it. Enix has been a sub for a bajillion years as well. So
it was Wu-Tang Shaolin style. That's what Thrill Kill got reskinned into.
Okay, there you go.
I remember playing with that as well, and it was just as good.
I didn't know about Wu-Tang Shaolin style. I played Thrill Kill and I thought, well, this is it's not that.
It did actually have a storyline to the Wu-Tang one, though. It was okay for a PS1 game. Do you know what I mean? At the time, you didn't know any better.
It's not Star Wars Episode 1 Phantom Menace, though, is it, mate?
No, it's not. I mean, that was a fucking hell. What a game.
I mean,
what a game.
Buggy as fuck, but what a game. So let me jump back through. Gagad, Vern with the 5 gifted subs. We had a hype train going because of you beautiful people as well. Ice Cream Uploads gave out a sub. West giving out a sub as well. Candy Bear giving out a sub. Miss Danielle Day subscribing for 23 months with a Prime. Nietzsche giving out 10 gifted subs. Candy Bear redeemed disco lights, but that doesn't work, so I'm going to give you those points back because we're not in the home setup, so I can't give you. We can't do that one for you today. I don't know if you're still here, Candy Bear, but we can't do that. Robo starting things off with a sub. West followed that up with a sub as well. We have had a bunch of stuff, and as we're running through that, we're just about to wrap things up, but MC Fixer has just dropped in with a raid as well. What a guy.
Hero.
If you don't know about MC Fixer, then what have you been doing with yourselves? Do check out MC Fixer. Full Metal Matt, who's just dropped in. I think he's one of the people that got a gifted sub from Nietzsche earlier, so enjoy the gifted sub, Full Metal Matt. Hey! If you don't know about MC Fixer, click on his name right now. Just click follow. Just do it. He's not streaming now, so it's fine. You don't have to go over it. Just make yourself acquainted tomorrow or later on or whenever his next stream is going to be. Make sure you drop a follow on him. He is one of the most hardest working and consistent content creators in the UK, so we need more people like him. So make sure you give him some love if you haven't done already.
Yeah, boy.
Thank you very much for the raid fix. We are just dropping off though. So we will pass that raid on to someone else. We appreciate anyone dropping in. If you are new here, do think about doing what Joanne just did and hit that follow button. It doesn't cost you a penny to follow us, but it does help the growth of our channel, which we massively appreciate. Done did it, that follow thing. Thank you very much, Nietzsche. Hey, see, Nietzsche gets it.
Legend.
Go follow Fixer. He's a good guy. So yeah, we're going to wrap things up. We've been talking about the news today. We talked about the fact that Elden Ring has been delayed. We talked about the fact that Twitch had a do not ban list. What we didn't talk about was the fact that idiot gamers send death threats to Blue Box over a game that they haven't played. And then the final story that we were going to jump onto was Valve is reviewing the entire Steam catalogue for the new Steam Deck compatibility rating system. We haven't touched those stories. We ran out of time, so they will roll to the next scoop. That'll be tomorrow. Don't forget, tomorrow is a double stream day. It's Wednesday. We'll be live with the scoop at 10 a.m.-ish, but then we will also have PUBG in the evening. So if you want to drop in tomorrow, we'll have a double stream day. Same Thursday, double stream day. Scoop in the morning, then maybe playing some FIFA on Thursday evening as well. So make sure you join us for that. Before all of those extra streams, though.
Yes.
Mr. Bib.
Yes, Mr.
Is there
Graham.
anything you'd like to add?
Yes, again, thank you very much to each and every one of you that have joined us today, that have subscribed, that have followed, all of that good shit. We very much appreciate your time spent with us in the morning. We have had 2 shows this week. That means we have 3 more left for you to help shape. So if you want to help shape those shows, there is 2 ways that you can do that. First of all, find us on social media. It is at Ice Cream Uploads across all major social media platforms, or get involved with our Discord. If you are watching this on any of our on-demand services, go to the description below. All the links that you require will be listed there, but all we need from you is a URL plus your thoughts and impressions. We will then give you our thoughts and impressions on the very next show, which will be at what time tomorrow, Mr. Graham Day?
That'll be at 10 a.m. Ish. 10 a.m.-ish. We aim for 10 a.m. We work in the video games industry. The work stuff comes first, so the podcast and the streams, we kind of fit in around that. So we aim for 10. Might not be 10. 10 a.m.-ish. And to box that off, we have an ish emote as well. So feel free to use that whenever you want, if you're a sub, that is. So yes, that is it for us. We are going to drop a raid on one of our friends. Do feel free to stick around for the raid. We will set that up once we've drawn the end slate up. You get extra channel points that you can spend on our channel for sticking around for the raids, and you get to make someone's day by dropping in on them. So we're going to do that now.
I've got a raid message. So we're going to go over to Lotus.
Oh,
And it's going to be
nice.
no luck catching them wins then.
Nice. No luck catching them wins then. If anyone could just... Do you know what? I'm going to type it. I'll type it for you. No luck... Oh, no, that says uck. No luck catching them wins then, question mark, exclamation mark, send. If you can just copy and paste that, spam that in Lotus's chat, or just drop emotes, whichever one you want to do, just spam that as well. And then, yeah, we will see you tomorrow for the next episode of The Scoop. We're going to go do some work, though. Enjoy Lotus's stream. Enjoy the rest of your day. Until the next time, stay frosty.